What's up, everyone? This is CyberKnight 8610, and today I wanted to talk about a set that is actually getting some hype right now. At first, when it was released early this year, people just kind of were like, it's not worth picking up. Wait on different sets, and this, that, and the other. They didn't really like the archetypes in it. But now it's all changing. With new support from Konami, all three of these archetypes are actually worth trying out if you're interested in any of them. And that is Amazing Defenders. So yeah, this set's getting tougher to find. There for a while, the sets, like you could get a box or so for about $50, something around in there. Now they're starting to kind of go upwards, you know, about the price a normal box would be. Because 50 is actually kind of cheap for a box these days. So let's go ahead, open up both of these, see if we can get something awesome, and just talk about these three archetypes. Because all three are actually gonna be good eventually. They're all getting new support and stuff too. Even in Duelist Nexus, the Rescue Ace archetype, which was considered to be probably the worst of the three, is getting new support. That's going to make it very powerful, actually. So, yeah, there's actually some even hype on Rescue Ace cards. The collector rares were fairly cheap for a while. Like, they were some of the cheapest collector rares you could probably get. And now they're starting to get some hype. So if you have any of them and you don't plan on building Rescue Ace, maybe you should sell them. I don't know. Or maybe even wait until that new stuff comes out. It might go up. I don't know. I'm not the best at financial advice, as you can tell from the guy that opens up a bunch of packs of cards. So, yeah. Right now, though, this set was going to get hype anyway because they got new support for Mekanko and Pearly. Rescue Ace also, I believe, got a new card, but it wasn't anything too crazy. It's the next set that's going to make it good. So, but for Pearlies, they're destroying people in the meta over in Japan. So, that's the main one people are looking at. And Mekanko, they've done pretty well, too. So, we'll see what happens. Rescue Ace Monitor. And there's some good commons, or I should say rares, I guess, technically, in this, and stuff, too. But also, we do have a sponsor for today's video, so let me do that real quick. This video is sponsored by Zion Cases. As you guys can see, this is one of the Zion cases that they sell. They have several different cases for you. This one is Slab Case T. And, yeah, they fit for your collection, whatever you're looking for on that, whatever you need for your collection, and they are awesome. I mean, it's a great way to protect your most valuable cards. It can be graded cards, top loaders, and different things, too. This one's made more for top loader cards, and that means, you know, in those hard cases. And, yeah, you could even set a combination on these, and here's my favorite part about this. I mean, I like this anyway. Yeah, I just like that. I don't know, I like that with any kind of briefcase or anything. You can open this up and look at it. It has all of this padding in it to protect your cards. It has these like foam inserts in here too, where you can put your cards in it. Again, this one's made more for top loaders, but I can also put, like I have these little acrylic cases that I buy a lot, and I put a lot of my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards in them. And they fit in there nice and easily too. So setting them sideways honestly feels the best, and a lot of my collection can still fit in here. And if you're going with top loaders and stuff too, I mean, it's so easy to get them in and out of here. It makes sure that they are not moving around or anything, because it does hold them, except for those that are sideways, of course, in the acrylic case. It's going to hold them. They're not going to move anywhere. And again, I mean, it just is designed so well. Find the case that fits your needs, and it is, you know, like made very well too. Like, this is a very tough material. It kind of feels like a case you would have, well, a lot of money in or something, you know, other things, and they protect your cards. So again, check them out. I have an affiliate link and all that stuff too. Big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. And like I said, check them out. Links and all that are down in the description. So yeah, check out our sponsor. Let's get back to opening. Yeah, I feel like at the beginning, Mekanko was the one that got the most hype, and no one really cared about the other two. Now it's kind of going the other way. Although Mekanko are still good. Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, which is just a good reprint, really. Machine Dupe, always good to have. Orochi, I'd consider as a really good reprint, too. I actually picked up these boxes when they were cheaper, too, by the way, because I knew it was going to happen eventually. If you just kind of look at the stuff that happens in Japan, you look at, you know, like what I do in my videos, you'll kind of get an idea of what's going to happen. It's sold. If you just pay a little bit of attention to that kind of stuff, you're like, hey, this is getting new support from this box, so maybe I should look at that archetype again. And that's kind of what happened with these three. Rescue Ace with their new boss monster. It's like a Book of Moon over and over. Spurly Beauty. And there's like the buffet one. I like that one. Pearlies have been pretty much the strongest one out of the gate too. With their newest support, though, in Cyberstorm, phew, and it's all common. I'm kind of surprised by that, honestly. It's pretty crazy. Noir. That was the only thing I figured would be kind of difficult with Pearly. I really thought they would probably get, you know, Ultra Rares, Secret Rares, something a little crazy. I'm honestly surprised they didn't even get a Starlight, you know, in the set, so I figured they would get something like that, too. 1 for 1. And some good just regular cards, too, like 1 for 1, for example. The card always comes back. Especially now that we know that Duelist Nexus, which is the next set coming out, we'll get it after summer, I believe, like around August, July, around in there. That's going to include a lot of Synchron stuff and all that, too. 1 for 1 comes up in that. It's fairly plump. But that is a card that seems to come up in those kind of decks, especially. The Synchrons and low levels. More Mechanical on that. Happy Memory. Have Fire Engine as well. I'm mainly happy that Rescue Ace is doing well, by the way, because I really like their idea. You know, like a firefighter archetype. They have some powerful cards, too, and they just never really got there. It looks like they might be there now. Nin Nin. Pretty cool ones. And again, it kind of looked like Mechanical were the ones kind of falling off, but I believe it's Duelist Nexus as well, where they're actually getting a new Ritual monster that's pretty scary. I mean, I guess it is technically their second Ritual, finally. Oh, here we go. We should have something. And Rescue! At first, I would consider that to be very bad. You know, it used to be pretty much, or, you know, I don't know, a month or two ago. Pearly and Mechanical were good. Rescue Ace, no. This might actually be a good one to pick up right now. It's still probably the cheapest Ultra Rare, I think, at the time. But, again, with the new support, it's not such a bad idea to have a bunch of Rescue Ace now. And it might not hit all at once, but when Duelist Nexus is out in English, I could see them getting kind of pricey. A little tougher to find. Because the set will be out of print for a while. Grenade. And I'll admit, too, I like this set anyway because of the Noble Knight stuff. And for Nobles and all that. It's sold as a collector rare, which I still need to pick up. They kind of won me over with that, I gotta say. Got a Sprayly Happiness. That card's stupid, by the way. I know, that sounds funny. They're called the one that's Happiness like that. You build this card up. I've been using a lot of Pearlies lately, actually, because it's just hilarious to win with Pearlies. This card can be like an 8,000 attack monster with no effort. So, it's stupid. Honestly, it really is. Like, I've been testing out online a lot lately. I can't wait until they're on, like, Master Duel and stuff, too. But, God. Let's see, we got Hari. But yeah, just the more and more I test that out, I'm just like, oh man, I'm going to OTK with a card that has happiness in its name. You know? That's just hilarious to me. Monitor. Yeah, that card just does not give a crap. That's why I like the archetype anyway. Because they're basically Eevee from Pokemon. Phoenix Gearfried. And who doesn't like Eevee? Even on Pokemon, when they had that Eevee set, basically, I was buying a lot of that. And I don't usually open up just a ton of Pokemon. I've gotten more into it lately, but that set I spent some money on. Beauty. It's more of the usual stuff, really. Come on, let's get a collector rare. That's kind of the goal, really, too, with this video, is I kind of also wanted a reason to hunt for a collector rare. So, oh, here we go. Might have something. There! That's a good one! Pearly Pretty Memory. Yeah, this is one I do actually, I think, have a collector rare version of this. It's one of the better ultra rares, for sure. Like, well, the thing with Pearlies is basically you need 3 of everything, besides really the field spell. And, yeah, so whenever, like, 2 of the main cards are ultra rares, and, well, I guess 3, actually, and then even collector rares and stuff, too, that adds up. That adds up quite a bit. So, that's a really good one to get. That's what's funny, especially when these boxes were closer to 50, and even before really the hype fully hit, Pearlies were getting expensive, so one Pearly card like that can pay for your whole box. Like that one right there paid for my box, basically. Because again, I got these when they were around 50. Can go Fire Dance. That's why you gotta pay attention again to like Yu-Gi-Oh! News stuff, and when I do the earlier openings, and especially the Japanese openings, like, hey, if that archetype's getting new support, maybe I ought to look at it again. Especially if you had any interest in the archetype. Got it sold. One of these days I'll get that collector rare. I hope. I know, it'd be cheaper just to buy it, but I'm not that guy. You know by now. If you don't know me by, by now, after years of doing this. Fire engine. Okay, Rindle. Oh, here we go. And there. Okay, I was hoping when I saw a fake monster. There we go. We actually got Pearly. So yeah, the main one. That's the collector that's really expensive. Like last time I checked, it keeps fluctuating between 150 and 200. At least at the time of recording. I mean, that could go either way. Honestly, with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's worse on the stock market. It's worse than Bitcoin, really, or anything like that. So, yeah, that's another good one. There you go. Those two, basically, right there, are, yeah, they make my box really good. Like I said, it's mainly collectors that are super expensive, but even the ultras are definitely, they can pay for your box, basically. So, I think at the time of recording, the Effect Monster Pearly, that one is 40 to 30, so pretty good. Also got Plump, another funny one, honestly. That card gets so powerful, I kind of threw it there. I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. It's actually a really good card, too. It's kind of like with Happiness, where I'm like, this card's stupid, it's so powerful. It's kind of one I wish that got the collector rare treatment, honestly. Contain. Overlay regen. We got all of our ultras. Normally you get 3 ultra rares out of a box. You have a chance of getting 1 collector rare. We'll see. Can we end with it here? See what happens. I would really like one. Be pretty awesome to me. Preparation of rights. Impulse. Unfortunately not. That'd be pretty lucky if we were able to get 1 out of each of these. I kind of figured that probably wouldn't happen. Alright, now for our other box. We have another chance for a collector rare. Hoping for something good. Like I said, I actually don't mind getting a Rescue Ace collector rare now. Actually not a bad thing anymore. Hydrant is actually, like last time I checked, 75 bucks or something. You know? And I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't care too much on prices because I'm not much of a buy and sell guy. But I know a lot of people do. That's why I'm quoting these for you. It's really plump. There you go. We'll be nice and easy with that one. There you go. So adorable. I still like how the buffet card is, well, the one that makes plump, so. See, import, contain, overlay regen, yet again. Also, Card Trooper being a collector rare is pretty cool. That one feels very random, but also really cool. The map, preparation rights. Okay, here we go. And Pearly? Oh no, we got actually a Rescue Ace this time. We got Rescue Ace Turbulence. This one is really cool. Turbulence, I guess technically I say. Yeah, I said Turbulence. Turbulence, not Torbjorn from Overwatch. Okay. Anyway, this one I always think has like one of the coolest looking collector rares, honestly. It's like their boss monster from this set. But again, they get an even better boss monster later, which is kind of crazy because this card's not bad either. He just seems a little slower than some other decks. It's like I told one of my friends the other day. It seems funny that really for an archetype to be considered really powerful these days, it has to pretty much be broken because you got to be more outbroken than the previous thing. You know, tier elements. Okay, now we got to be more broken than that, and so on and so forth. So that's what I always think of. I'm like, dang, this is a good card. Still doesn't always mean that it's good enough, which is crazy. But yeah, they have some scary boss monsters, really, too. Impulse. And they're not that hard to summon. Like, I feel like Rescue Ace, that came out maybe a couple of years ago. That'd probably be one of the top decks. As is, you know? We got another Mechanico. Still think it was a really weird move or whatever, too, that you can't get a collector rare of the Ritual from this set, the Mechanico Ritual. That just doesn't make sense. Monitor this time. But yeah, basically the point of this video, other than just a reason to open up packs, ooh, we got something, is if you find these packs cheap, pick them up. Alright, what do we got? The Pearly, yet again. I'll take it. Dang, okay. It seems so funny. I finally got my playset the other day. It's been a couple weeks. And now just from random packs and this video, I've got another playset. But it took me forever to get my first one. Why is that, guys? Why is it always that way with Yugioh? Once you get the ones you need, then you just keep getting. You know, it's just like, well, why is it easier now? I'm still glad to get it, though. Don't get me wrong. But does that happen with anyone else? I swear that happens with me, especially in opening videos. And if I don't record, I pull the best cards ever. Like, I've gotten like 2 collector rares lately when I haven't recorded. So, weird things that happen. Monitor again. Like, what was it? Last year, towards the end of the year, I pulled 2 Starlights. The same one. It was the Tier Elements one. When she was, you know, really expensive and stuff, too, of course. And, both off camera. I should have. I had the flu, so I didn't record. I should have. Fire Dance. Although I probably wouldn't have gotten those then, right? Again, that's the rules. So we got those ultra rares early. I'm hoping that means maybe a collector rare is here. We'll see what happens. Overlay Regen. Pretty cool stuff. Move that over there. Alright, Heart of the Cards. HQ. Oh, we got Renaud. And the last one. Which, by the way, you might want to pick up some of the Infernoble stuff because they are getting new support too. That's also Duelist Nexus. Rescue Ace Fire Engine. If you plan on building them. I don't know if they're really as game-changing as some of the other stuff we've talked about today, but not bad. So, probably worth picking up. Beauty. And especially if you can get them cheap, it's always worth. I'm not saying spend hundreds. I'm saying pick them up if you see them cheap. Is sold. Come on, Heart of the Cards. Let's get a cool collector rare. I don't know which one to ask for. Just something maybe I don't have. Or a soul. Probably should ask for a soul. Re. I mean, that is still like the number one I want from this set, so. Durandal. I was kind of hoping that would get a collector rare, but it, you know, doesn't really need it. 1 for 1. I'm just greedy for my Noble Knights. Or Infernoble. Okay. Got Renaud yet again. Alright, come on. Starting to look as good. I feel like once you start getting closer to the end of the box. Don't get that third ultra, that makes me worried. Armed Protector. Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. Come on. Help us out here. Share your energy with me, you guys. Be sure to like the video, especially if you enjoyed it too. That does help. More than you think, let me tell you. Impulse. And be sure to do that for other YouTubers you watch too, because lately YouTube is... Oh, that's its own video, if we want to talk about YouTube. But basically, help out the YouTubers you watch, please. They would appreciate it, as do I. Okay. Noir. I actually do have that as a collector's rare. Okay, come on. Airlifter. Okay, we got something at least. And... oh, we got Alert. Well, again, that's not really a bad thing. I don't know which one it is. Alert or Rescue. That's, you know, really cheap nowadays. But... yeah, that is, I'm so glad that new stuff was announced because, yeah, it's, you know, I think Hydrant is still, like, the main one people want, and of course, the collector rares, but I still don't necessarily consider this bad because I want to build Rescue Ace when they get that new support. Not really just yet. I'm not, you know, at least for fun, but that's still a pretty good one, and I don't think I got too many of the ultra rares, actually, for Rescue Ace, so still recommend at the very least, pick those up. I think they're pretty cheap. I think it's like $2, $3 for a lot of their ultra rares. Might want those, if you plan on building it, obviously. I'm not saying to resell. I'm saying if you have them and you don't use them and they start going up, probably resell. Nin. I've always thought about doing a market watch thing, but I'm not really that person on there. House of Champs does the best job anyway. So we got 2 packs left. What do we got? Can we end with that collector's rare? Let's see. Ah, happiness. Don't feel so happy though. Ironic. And last one. Can we get that collector rare? Let's see. It's gonna be a tough one. It's normally what? 1 out of 4 boxes you get collector rare, so it's not like this is really out of the odds, you know, but we still hope for the best. And Phoenix Gear Free. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, no collector rare this time, but honestly, I feel like I did pretty good, honestly, for my ultras. Yeah, maybe a few more rescue ace than I would normally like, but again, with the new support, I do want to build them anyway, and I plan on buying them, so sure, why not? It's not really something, that I would say not to go for either, but yeah, basically 3 Pearly and 3 Rescue Ace, so again, I really do recommend checking out this set, especially if you can find it cheap. I think it's worth the investment, and especially if you do want to build any of these 3, try them out. I think all 3 are actually pretty fun, so yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know, too, if you want to see more videos like this. So some different sets that have kind of disappeared or whatever, and we can open them up, talk about them, and also talk about, hey, is it worth picking up, or no, I'm glad I didn't spend a lot on this set. Let me know. Although, that last option doesn't happen too often for me. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.